Guys, for those of you who are tempted to take the black pill and be discouraged in modern dating, I am not going to sit here and blow smoke up your butt in this video. It's tough. It's really, really tough. And I don't like talking about how tough it is because I want to be a voice of hope and victory. But I think there are times where it is appropriate to acknowledge the bad. Okay. You know, Peter, when he stepped out onto the water to walk to Jesus, he was fully aware of the bad. And sometimes I think if we just talk about Jesus and we don't talk about the wind and the waves, we run the risk of sounding a little bit delusional. Peter was not delusional when he stepped out into the water. He knew the danger of the wind and the waves. He started sinking when he took his fixation off of Christ and switched it to his circumstances. Now, obviously, guys, I don't want you fixating on the bad, but we are going to talk about the bad today. All right. We're going to talk about the bad a little bit because I want you guys to know that I know the situation that you're in. It's tough. It's really, really tough. There was a Gallup research poll done 2024, 2025 asking, hey, how important is religion to you? And they divided it by gender. They talked to young men, Gen Z, so we're talking 18 to 29 was the age sampled. They said, how important is religion to you? 42% of men, 42% of men said religion is very important. Among Gen Z, 42% said religion is very important. And only 29% of Gen Z women said religion is very important. There's a big gap there. There's a big gap. Only 29% of Gen Z women said that religion is very important. If you're watching this channel, you're probably a Christian man, most of you single, and you're trying to find a godly wife. And you're probably frustrated. And guys, the numbers don't lie. If you are between the ages of 18 and 29, and I mean, since that poll was taken, I mean, some of you guys are 30, 31. Your generation has a shortage of women who are interested in religion, including Christianity, right? That was just all religion, okay? That's a problem. That means there are more men your age who are interested in religion and the things of God than there are women, okay? There's more, right? There's more issues. When you look at divorces, where you're trying to get excited about a marriage, but you're worried about divorce, well, hey, 75, 80%, depending on what you read, of those divorces are initiated by the woman. So you can, as a man, you can enter into a marriage fully committed for life. You got about 50% odds statistically that it's going to work. And if it doesn't work, 70% chance, 80% chance, it's going to be her that breaks it off, not you. So that sucks. And then you start to wonder, well, why is that? What is it that would, why are women so discontent with marriage? Why are they not wanting to stay in marriage? Well, there's a lot of reasons. But when you look at the type of content they're consuming, right? So a lot of y'all know this. The top podcasts in the world for men are self-improvement, biohacking, self-development, have all that as their themes. So we're talking stuff like Joe Rogan, Andrew Huberman, Sean Ryan. These podcasts, they have some entertainment in there too, but the focus is on becoming a better man, becoming a better person, learning, education, right? Top podcasts for women, Call Her Daddy, Degeneracy, top TV shows for women, top books for women, top women authors. They're writing erotica, trash reality TV. You got the men returning to religion. You got the women sinking deeper into degeneracy. And then you get on the dating apps. What do you find? Well, on the dating apps, there's more men than women. So if you're on a dating app at all, you are competing with a lot of other men for a small group of women. And among those, how many even care about religion? A lot, 29%. So you're competing for a very, very small segment of women on these apps, which is going to be frustrating, demoralizing. And then, they're all watching these Christian girl podcasts talking about what standards they should have for a man. And by the way, influencers are lying to them all the time. All the time, influencers are lying to them about what's going on behind the scenes. For those of you tuned into Instagram drama, I mean, just recently, the femininity guru coach Lauren Olivia Hunter was exposed by her fiance of 6 years, boyfriend of 6 years, fiance more recently. But 2 weeks before they were supposed to be married, this relationship guru that your girl might have been following on Instagram, she confesses to cheating on him multiple times and never stopped relationship coaching. A lot of these people are full-blown narcissists. I know some of them behind the scenes. It's a complete mess out there. It's a complete mess. There's a lot of issues. And it is really hard as a man. So I'm not going to lie to you guys about that. I want to be the voice of empowerment and hope. But today I want to be the voice of urgency and realism. I'm not going to pretend like it's not rough out there. The black pill is calling a lot of you, and the enemy does want you to take it. I had a client recently come into the end of his program, and he gave up. He said, "You know what, Luke, I hired you to help me with dating, but I think feminism has corrupted it so much. I don't even want to try anymore." He threw in the towel, which is really sad because this guy, I mean, he's good looking. He's doing well in his career. Not as well as he wants to, but he's doing plenty well. Not even a short guy. I mean, he doesn't even have like the stereotypical things that you would complain about for black pill. I mean, he should be doing good. And I'm not going to get into his story, but let's just say if anyone should not quit, it's him. Bad news for him, good news for you. Less competition, but it's tough, man. What they did a voter issues poll, and I can't remember the percentages on it, but they were polling. All right, men versus women. What are the important issues to you to vote on? For men, the single most important issue was the economy. They're trying to make money. They're marriage minded. They're trying to provide for themselves and their loved ones, right? The single biggest issue for women was abortion. Increasingly, men are turning to God and to the family and trying to have families, be stable. Whereas women's most important issue is, how can I delete my baby, right? Give me the right to delete my baby, and so I can, have sex with whoever I want and, not have to pay the consequences. It's tough, guys. It's really, really tough. And what I don't want you to do is give up. I don't want you to give up. The truth is, statistically, there are not enough good, godly Gen Z women for the men that want them. Statistically, there's not enough to go around. And that's kind of demoralizing. And even the ones that are religiously concerned and, going to church and all that, a lot of times their standards are off from what they can actually find and the types of men that will actually give them attention. They're usually carrying a lot of baggage from the past, made a lot of bad decisions. So it's tough. It's tough. You're going to have a really hard time finding, a perfect girl. It's impossible to find a perfect girl, but this ideal trad wife situation that people will tell you to look for is kind of a fairy tale. There are some out there, but I don't want you to fall prey to either black pill or trad wife, because black pill is demoralizing and depressing, but the trad wife thing, they're out there, but they are not all that meets the eye. We'll put it that way. She may be, everything you want with like no past relationships and no vaccination if that's what you're concerned with, and faithful church attendee and good relationship with her family and all these things. But she might just be weird, man. And again, guys, you cannot trust these influencers, okay? You cannot. I talk about limiting beliefs a lot. One of the limiting beliefs I have is you basically have to be a narcissist to be good at social media, because I keep seeing these people who are complete narcissists, and that's like how they make it on social media. Social media is all about me, look at me, right? Like that's how to make it big on there. And for those of us who are not naturally like attention seekers, it doesn't come super easy. But I will say something my clients continually appreciate about me is that I am genuine and I'm not trying to be this fake person. So I'm going to keep doing that. Nothing's going to change. But I say all that to say, guys, you cannot trust these influencers, man. They are going to tell you black pill over here, trad wife over there. And guys, if you're listening to red pill still, you got to stop, man. You got to stop. Look at all these red pill guys and find me one of them. Find me one red pill guy who is happily married. Find me one. We'll take it a step back from there. Find me one red pill guy who is happily in a relationship, a monogamous, happy relationship. Find me one, Stop listening to that garbage, guys. Women are not the only ones who can be led astray by bad content. We are guilty of it too, susceptible of it as well. But yeah, man, today is a day where we're going to be honest about the state of affairs. If you're 18 to 32 looking for a woman of God, you have it harder than the women do. Your standards are more realistic than theirs, and your pool is smaller than theirs. It's tough. I wish I could tell you, hey guys, it's perfectly equal. You go into a church and there's going to be 50% eligible young women and 50% eligible young men. That's just not the case usually. Which is really weird too, because churches are so effeminate nowadays anyways. You would think that there'd be tons of women that are good quality in there, but I'm a younger millennial, so my generation, I think, had it a little bit different. Kind of at this point, I'm 33, so at this point it's like mid to late 30s and 40s, like that generation's a little different. But if you're any younger than me, man, or my age or younger, dude, like you're kind of cooked, honestly. You're at a disadvantage. But I do want to tell you, it is not that hard. It is not as hard as you think it is to stand out. It is not as hard as you think it is to stand out. Most men are addicted to dirty websites, man. I think there was a poll on that too recently. 75% of pastors have an issue, like recently. Maybe not addicted, but like have looked at it recently. And then 90% of just regular dudes in the church have looked at it recently. Okay. Guys, you get in that 10%, that can change the game for you. I mean, are you going to the gym regularly? I'm not saying are you jacked. Are you going to the gym regularly? Are you reading your Bible every day? Are you serving? Are you not looking at the dirty websites? Are you in control of your sex drive? Or is your sex drive controlling you? If you just rewind that 15 seconds, listen to that list. If you can hit that list, if you can be on the good side of those items in that list, you're already in the top 5% of dudes. Okay, it is not that hard. You just have to have some hope. And guys, being in the top 5% of dudes, again, it's not about height. I've got short clients, I've got tall clients. It's not about how much your body fat percentage is, although we want you to be in shape, we want you to be healthy. But it's not about any one external metric, dude. It's really not. But men are so behind that it's becoming an issue. And that's kind of the other thing of being cooked. Like, are the women not seeking God and delusional and messed up for the most part? Yeah, it's true. But let's talk about the men too, okay? Unmarried men now make less money than unmarried women as a whole. In the US, unmarried men make less than unmarried women. Men as a whole in your age group, 18 to 32, men as a whole are less educated than women. Less educated, making less money. Men are passive. They're overweight. They're addicted to their sex drives. And the women are frustrated. They got their issues too, but my point is, it's not that complicated to step up, to rise up. It's actually pretty simple. What's complicated is figuring out, why aren't you? A lot of you watching this, you know what to do. You know what you need to do to be a better man, but you cannot bring yourself to do it. Some of you don't. Some of you are stuck on some social skills, and some of you guys have confidence issues and you don't know why. You can't behave in a masculine way. You don't know why. Those are pretty straightforward things, but it's complicated as to, why can I not do these things? Why can I not be confident? Why can I not be masculine? Why can I not be disciplined? Why can I not avoid the bad things and do the good things? That's the more complicated question. If you can answer that question, if you can solve those root issues, then it is so simple. I'm not going to lie to you and say it's easy, but it is simple to get in that top 5%. It's not this rocket science. It's not some unattainable deal. Most relationship people are either blowing smoke, full of delusion, or they're black pill, red pill. And guys, neither of those is the whole truth. The whole truth realistically looks at the situation and has hope and has a plan. So, guys, you guys know there's a link in the description if you want to talk to me. We can have a free call. No sales pitch, no risk, just click the link below, book a call, man. Let's have a conversation. Like, I don't have 100,000 subscribers, man. Like, I can talk to you guys. Okay. So go down there real quick, book a call with me. But if you're not going to do that, which I don't know why you wouldn't, there's literally no risk to it. But if you're not going to do that, dude, audit who you're listening to, man. Because a lot of y'all, some of my clients too, that like are in my groups or just guys I've stayed in touch with, a lot of y'all are going to this black pill of it's not worth it. I'm giving up. We're cooked. This generation's cooked. Women are trash. Guys, it's easier than you think to get in the top 5%. Is it going to happen tomorrow night? No. It's going to take you 6 months, okay? But you can get there. You need to audit who you're listening to. You need to probably get off Instagram, join my free men's group at least. But if you're on Instagram, if you're on YouTube, TikTok, hopefully not, but whatever you're on, like, clean up your algo, man. Stop listening to these red pill, black pill, doomer, gloomer guys, man. They are not going to help you get what you want. And you can see that clearly because they don't have it either. It's all just a bunch of bitter, angry, self-righteous dudes complaining. Got to stop that, man. Again, I'm not here to say that the reality is not the reality, but what are you doing complaining, man? You either need to give up and just go be a monk, or you need to have some hope. I think this is episode 54 for the boys, but guys, either give up entirely or have some hope, okay? But stop playing this middle ground of complaining, man. That's weak. Stop complaining. Stop swallowing red pill, black pill, getting bitter, getting jaded. You think the girl of your dreams is going to come across you while you're this jaded, bitter person? No. She doesn't want anything to do with that. She wants a confident man who knows where he's going, who knows what he wants, who's there to give, who's living in a place of abundance. A man that doesn't need her but wants her. A man that she can help, a man that she can compliment. And if you're sitting there sipping on that poison, it's not going to be you, bro. So just like Peter, man, when we get out onto the water to walk to Jesus, we know about the waves, we know about the wind, okay? It's rough. It's rough. But don't fixate on that. Fixate on what you can do to improve. Fixate on how to get in that top 5% where I'm telling you, it's not that hard to attract women. It's not that hard to attract good women that you could marry. It's not that hard, bro. Thanks for watching. Y'all book a call. Let's have a little chat. I'll see you soon.